I've overslept. It's like 10:30, 11:45-ish. Yeah. So this is where I stopped last night. So this wasn't one of the better park-ups, but nevertheless it was still nice. The listening to the waves all night long was quite nice actually, and therapeutic, until they bounced off that wall there and made a massive thud, which, yeah. But I can see, like, even the waves coming in, nothing is hitting the van. I did think that one or two was hitting the van last night. If it did, then it's just tough luck now, it's already done it. So yeah, I come here basically to be protected from the wind that was coming from that direction. So, well protected there, just behind the wall, behind this rock front here. Right, it looks like we are heading off the beaten track again. I'm grateful for these tyres. A little bit of extra ground clearance on the van would be amazing though. Right, let's see where this takes us. Right, I've stopped for a minute, and yeah, it's still only 4 degrees outside, it's just after 1 o'clock, and there's my firewood for tonight. So I'm going to pick up a few pieces that I can reburn. Yeah, so I'm going to pick up a few pieces that I can reburn. It's kindling mainly that I need. I've got logs, but I need some of the thinner stuff to get the fire lit, so there we go. Well, that'll do. I've got cold fingers now, but I have a bag of small stuff in there, and then a load of firewood there. Some of it's already partly burnt. But yeah, I'm happy. Apparently, that is where they have their annual bonfire and general burning of, yeah, any wood. So, yeah. Right, let's carry on. Right, there's no way that I was carrying on down this track, so I've turned round. It got too rocky, it was too, yeah, my ground clearance, I said like literally a couple of seconds ago, my ground clearance is not great on this van. It's better than what it was when it had the body kit, but the ground clearance is still not, it's not amazing. So yeah, I've collected some firewood, I've turned round, and now I'm heading back to, yeah, the main road, and I'll find somewhere from there. Okay, right, now I was being flashed at by a van behind me, so I've pulled in to check to make sure everything's okay, and yeah, I've lost my sump plug, so I have no engine oil. I daren't even start the engine. I don't know if I've caused any damage. I really don't know what to do now. Right, you're not going to believe this. I've just found my sump plug. What the hell is that about? So yeah, we've had a bit of a disaster. There is oil everywhere, and I feel really bad about it. But it's something that I couldn't help. And lo and behold, my sump plug in the middle of the road. Okay, so the sump drain plug has been recovered, which, man, I didn't even know it was loose. When I park up, I get like 3 little dots of oil or diesel, and I only really get that if it's been wet and everything's got wet. And if it's a dry day, I don't really get anything. Well, I get nothing. I've not noticed it dripping. At all. And I check my levels regularly, because this van uses a bit of oil. So I check my levels often, which I just do that. It's just a sensible thing to do, and I'm glad that I did. And I checked it 2 days ago. Since then, I've probably done about 60 miles or so. So now I'm like, okay, I have some engine oil in here, but only like 3 litres. I have my drain plug, so there's nothing stopping me putting the drain plug back in, and then getting somewhere to buy some more oil. or do I wait? Richard, I think, is still here. We went our separate ways to go and explore things. Yeah, to explore different things. So I might see if he's close to me. If he is, I could do with a lift into town. So there's the recovered drain plug. I can't quite believe this, because literally I was coming over that. So I was coming over the brow there, and the van behind me was flashing his headlights like mental. So I started slowing down, and I stopped about there. I could see the oil trail. And then he drove past me and beeped, and he was pointing to the floor. So I was like, I wonder what's happening there. So I drove back up because I seen this pull in. I stopped there and I turned into the pull in. And my drain plug, it fell out where I'd stopped. And then you can see where I come in, this dark patch here. So yeah, I'm quite glad there was someone behind me to let me know there was a problem. I can't believe that when I come back, the drain plug was where I pulled in. Like, that is just... I can't even believe that. I really can't. Right, so I've just been on the phone to the local police and the council. I'm trying to slow down vehicles because that's really slippy. Yeah, I've just got to wait now for someone to come out. I can't do anything. I don't even want to leave here if I could leave here, because that is slippy. Right, I know it's not much, but I've put out my little warning triangle, and yeah, they're sending out the council now. I know hopefully they'll have some grit or some sand, because yeah, that's just going to be lethal. Right, okay, the council have been out. Yeah, they're really grateful that I phoned up. I couldn't be more apologetic. I feel really bad. I hate that we make so much pollution anyway, and I've added to it. I just feel a bit bad actually. But I've just got the fire on. I'm staying here for tonight. Tomorrow I'll put my drain plug back in. Oh, it's cold, and I have some engine oil in the van. I'll top up the engine oil at the Renault garage, so I'm going to go to Renault and see if they got a sump plug washer, because I think that's what's caused it. Apparently the copper washer, the guy was saying they like change, and I don't know, he said something about the copper washer. It's never happened before. I just feel really guilty. But yeah, I've just lit the fire. I'm just waiting for it to take off. It is cold, it's snowing now, like it's snowing quite a lot, but they've been out and they've tidied up. Yeah. Thankfully, sand is widely available because of the beaches. Like I said, the fire has just been lit. I'm just going to let it warm up a little bit. I'm still a wally, I'm still in shorts. I'm going to put some trousers on in a minute though, because I'm really cold and I don't feel too good. Right, so I've warmed up now. A few hours have gone. I say a few hours, like 7 or 8 hours has gone since I lost all the oil. Yeah, I've got my sump plug, like we know. I'm all dry. I've had a wash this evening. The fire is on. It is toasty in here. The wind is crazy. Like, this is probably one of the worst nights for wind. And the worst thing about it is there's no wind, and then it's completely bonkers. I have managed to get some nice pictures this evening though of the northern lights, which is to my surprise. Now we've got the hailstones again. But yeah, I'm going to retreat to the bed in a minute and see if I can finally get a few hours kip. Okay, as you can see on this sump plug, it's got quite a lot of marks on it. It might have been caught. There's no other marks underneath the van, but if that was sitting halfway, then yeah, there's a lot more of it exposed to the road. So I don't know if it's hit it a slight bit and that's loosened it. Whoops. So I don't know if I've caught it a slight bit and that's loosened it, and that's been enough over time for it to come off. But I have my my keys here, so I'm going to get underneath and put it back on after I clean that bit up. Okay, as you can see there, some plug is back in. I've got some oil just going in at the minute. I'll then check the level. If it looks too low, I'll see if I can hitch a ride, because there is a petrol station a few miles that way. We'll see what it looks like after it's completely drained. But there was 3.5 litres in this, so fingers crossed it's going to be enough just to get me to a garage. You might be asking, Martin, why didn't you put the sump plug in yesterday? Well, yesterday my hands were freezing cold, it was wet and dark, and my tools are underneath the van. They're a nightmare to get to, unless you really need to get to them, and it was snowing. There's no way I was going to drag out all the tools when I could have stayed warm near the fire until it was alright today. As you can see, it's not windy, it's not snowy. I mean, it's been snowing, but it's not snowy at the minute. It's not wet. So yeah, now is the best time to do it. Right, I'm going to check that level and get off to a garage. Right, as you can see, I'm right in the middle of here and down here. Now, yeah, that's about 7 miles, that's about 6.5 miles. So I'm going to head towards Tesco's, which is the shopping bag just there, and I'm going to take it really easy. Oil level is just at the bottom of the dipstick, so I'm a bit nervous, but I don't know, the oil pressure will still be there. It's just going to be below the levels. I got to Tesco with no issue. I stopped twice and checked the levels, and it was still, well, it was in between the bottom of the dipstick and minimum. Now it's on minimum now, but that's because it's not settled, if that makes sense. I kept it at 30 miles per hour all the way, didn't use high revs, used no throttle at all. Hopefully there's no lasting damage, fingers crossed. If not, then I've been a bigger dickhead than what I am, and I've probably destroyed the van. Okay, auto parts, literally half a mile from Tesco. I have some engine oil there, yeah, 5 litres of engine oil, and also I've managed to get hold of a flashing relay, because the one I got from Halfords wasn't a flashing relay. More expensive than what I would have liked to have paid, but yeah, I need that. But since I was at an auto store, I might as well do that at the same time. Awesome job, that is done. We have, yeah, and then this side. The copper washer has been crushed properly. Right, so I've just topped up the oil. It took 1.5 litres, so I don't feel too bad. So it wasn't dry, and because when I was stopped at an angle as well, then that kept some of the oil, so I'm really thankful for that. I've still got 3.5 litres of oil now. I have proper working indicators rather than me manually making them tick. I've just been back underneath with the sump plug drain key, and I've put it on and pushed it with my foot, and I've managed to get it a tiny bit more, but it's enough. I'm just going to keep an eye on it for now, keep checking it and check them levels. I might even buy another lot of oil before I do anything distance wise. To be honest, I should go in there and buy another 5 litres of oil and just keep it in the van. I might do that. Okay, shopping has been done, oil is sorted, indicators now work as they should do. I bought some beer for tonight, a celebratory beer. I've had some chips. I bought some kindling. That is me done and dusted. So now all that's left to do is go and park up somewhere and actually chill.